All right, go ahead, people. Dr. Nicole McCarty here. Y'all, I'm back. Thank you. Hey, y'all. So I just wanted to stop by and say, hey, everyone. Welcome back. I am Dr. Nicole McCarty. And if you're new here, I talk about wellness. I talk about homeschooling. I talk about my sister-in-law's journey and weaving all that stuff together. And then we are on the verge of a huge, monumental transition. And so that's going to be interwoven as well. It's going to be great. And so make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Like, comment, share. It's going to be great. Okay. So now that the housekeeping is out of the way, let's move into it. Okay. So one of the biggest questions I hear from parents who are curious about homeschooling is, how do I choose a homeschool style? Well, there are a lot of things out there. Okay. A ton. So you've got like Charlotte Mason, you've got your classical, you've got your unschooling, you've got your Montessori, and it can feel very, very overwhelming. And so today I'm going to just share how we chose our homeschool style and why that decision has everything to do with wellness for our whole family. Okay. So I'll start by saying there is no one like right homeschool style. Each has strengths. You know, Charlotte Mason emphasizes living books and nature. Classical is more structured with memorization and logic. Unschooling leans into child-led exploration, which is exciting. And then Montessori emphasizes independence and hands-on learning. You know, they're all very different and they all have wonderful things to offer. And so when we started, I felt the pressure to pick, like, what box do I choose and will I stick with it? But what I realized is our family doesn't fit into just one. We don't fit into a box. So why would our schooling methods fit into a box? So this was our process. We began by trying different approaches, right? I paid attention to my kids' learning styles. I kept it simple, though. Did a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Do they thrive with structure, or do they come alive when they're free to explore? I also checked in with myself, like what style made me feel peaceful instead of stressed, because mama's wellness matters too. Okay, it actually matters most because we're what they see. And so after experimenting, I found that we leaned in toward a blended style. We borrow from Little Charlotte Mason sometimes, the living books and nature walks. We bring in Montessori's hands-on materials and manipulatives. We allow space for the child-led learning and exploration, like with unschooling. You know, so it's a little bit of here and there. And then just taking books and we're like, I like this, I like this, I like this. And, you know, some of the factors were like our kids' personalities. You know, they're curious and active. So flexibility was super important, huge for my daughter's sanity and for mine. And so our family rhythm, I needed a style that didn't leave me drained at the end of each and every day. I also needed something with flexibility because, you know, we help out our parents and we help out our grandparents, and there's always something happening, and we wanted flexibility. You know, that was part of the reason or the lure of homeschooling. Like, we wanted that flexibility, that if we wanted to travel, we could, you know. And then some of our long-term goals, we wanted homeschooling that nurtures, not just academics, you know, but emotional and spiritual wellness too. You look at things that are happening in our current educational system, you look at some of the schools, and you know, there was a time where you would never imagine going to school and having the possibility to experience violence, having to do drills that perpetuate the most awful and heinous actions of another person against other people, right? And so mental wellness is huge. Emotional wellness is huge. Spiritual wellness is huge. So it's not just academics. Someone can be very, very bright and very, very tormented at the same time. So that's something that was really important to us. And as a wellness person, as a wellness expert, like, it's not like I have it all figured out and my family is roses and perfect. No, like, there's no perfection here, but I have the keys and I have the resources and the tools and the instruments that I can recognize things. And then I'm very intentional and very aware. And so I'm paying attention when something is not quite right, or if I'm feeling something that's not quite right. And then I can make those shifts. And it's all for the betterment of everyone in our household and thus everyone we interact with, right? And so in the end, we didn't choose just one style. We created our own hybrid style that is uniquely our own, and it will change as they get older, And so I encourage you to give yourself permission to do the same. Homeschooling isn't about checking boxes. It's about creating an environment that helps your unique family thrive. Your unique family thrive. It doesn't mean that if you model so-and-so's family, that you're going to have the same success that they have. Not so much. You might, but you might not, right? Different people, different dynamics. And so I want you to tell me in the comments, like, what homeschool style are you curious about or already using? I love hearing how families make it their own. And if you want a tool to help you figure out your family's rhythm, check out my free homeschool wellness checklist. I'll link it in the description. And it's free. It's an assessment. Take it and just learn something new about yourself. And then don't forget to subscribe, because the next video, I'll probably share 5 top homeschool tools. Maybe the next couple videos, I don't know. But I'll share like what we use every day and what that looks like. So that is all for now. Love and blessings. I will talk to you soon. Toodles.